Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a hot minute since I've posted anything on here, but let me tell you, the summer has been chaotic. It has been a rough 2 months, right? I think the last video I did was like a May TBR wrap up. I'll double check. But the funny thing is, like, I recorded videos, I just never got around to editing them. June and July have been rough for my sport. A lot of back and forth emails, a lot of contradictory things, a lot of passive aggressive, defensive, snappy people who just, yeah, that's been a whirlwind for me. And then obviously trying to manage that with like various camps have been coming in, getting my room situated. Even though it's my down period, like I'm always preparing for season. Training, sports med, packing, buying new equipment, buying new things, you know, trying to stay ahead of the curve, stay ahead of injuries. And all in all, like, things kind of get away from me, and it's just like, it's not good for my mental health just because there has to be separation. I can't just be 100% go with sport and being an athlete, because I tried that, it didn't work. It was very costly for me. So something that I talked about in therapy a couple times is just how important being involved in the book community has been for me. Oddly enough, like I kind of pop in and out of the book stuff, going back and forth. Like, do I just get off of book talk, get off Bookstagram? Because like Bookstagram isn't growing. Like I haven't done anything to help it grow, but at the same time it's like it's just another thing. But book talk has just been, you know, there's always drama. But at the same time, it's like the what ultimately kept me there is just like the connection I built with a lot of authors, indie authors, and just helping them promote their book. And so if all else fails, like at the very least, that could be another platform that I use to, you know, do my book reviews. So, obligation aside, like I enjoy leaving reviews and talking about books that I'm very passionate about, but I think that's an easier way to do it and more immediate feedback versus just going on YouTube, shooting a whole thing, and then just hoping somebody sees it if they're looking for it. This video specifically is going to talk about just pretty much my first half of 2023, right? I had a pretty ambitious goal, reading goal, different things, expectations, and you know, some of them I met, some of them I didn't quite get. And obviously, you know, we're at a point where I just need to figure out where we're at. In a nutshell, back in the new year 2023, like January 1st, I had my bookish goals. So I'll just read them. So I wanted to read 100 books, update my reviews on Amazon and Goodreads for all the books that I read, not haul more than I unhaul. Social goals was reach 5,000 on TikTok, reach 500 on Instagram, start my booktube channel, and monetize my content. So obviously, if you're here, I started the booktube. So like I said, there's a few things that I did do, so I'm happy about that, but there's other things that I'm like, you know, like, come on, Mystique. We'll start with just like reading part, like the books that I read. So my goal was to read 100 books, which would naturally mean the first 6 months I should have read 50. A lot of books, and cumulatively I believe that's 41 books. You'll notice the last 4 were very drastically different than the top, you know, 37 I listed. So part of my reading goal was to read 100 books. In that 100, I wanted to read 60 in the fantasy and fiction category, and then 40 nonfiction. So the nonfiction is obviously for self-help, memoirs, and like inspiration, motivation, and just, you know, elevating, kind of learning about, you know, other people's lives, the choices they made, and how they chose, you know, how they dealt with adversity, how they grew, how they, you know, matured, and just found joy in the world we live in today. 41 books total is obviously not 50, so I am short 9 books from my halfway point goal. Now, the mix of the books, theoretically, you know, if I was going to do a true half and half, what I should have done is 30 fantasy fictions and like 20 nonfictions. I ended up doing 37 fantasy fiction and then 4 nonfictions. So vastly weighing heavy on the fantasy fiction category, not much on the nonfiction. Based on what I was looking at, that's like looking at 61.6%, 10% in the other one. Definitely want to address that and make sure, you know, work towards something better. And I do have a list of books that I'm currently reading that, like, I have several that I've started and I'm working to finishing them, and then they'll obviously add to my total. And then there's a list of books that are on my TBR with a more immediate, like, I have like genuine interest, like I want to read them, versus like I just have books that I need to get to. So that is pretty good to help me keep on pace, and I won't necessarily go through them here, maybe in another video. I think with everything that I'm looking to do, we're you know, the year's still quite a bit left. So even with the books that I listed, like, oh, I want to read these or listen to them on audio, it's still gonna be short, like 30 something books. So, and mainly in the nonfiction category. So I definitely got to start looking at trying to find other reads. And I do have a haul that I want to show, another video, but in a nutshell, like that's kind of like where I'm at as far as like my reading goal. Now, as far as updating my reviews on Amazon and Goodreads has been a little bit better, in the sense like I'll at least give the star rating. I might not necessarily leave like actual feedback on the book unless it was really like, yo, this was it or this was not it. Outside of that, I haven't really done much, and I'm still trying to figure out how I want my Bookstagram to look, because I had like books that I would rate, and like I had a template that I input in, like I put the stars in, I put the book cover, and then I wrote something out, and it was just very involved. And for the sake of like my time and just the things that like I'm like, you know, what I have access to do, and mainly with the time thing, it was very time consuming to do that, so I stopped doing that. So I think I'll use like Goodreads as a replacement to me like actually rating books. So that kind of leaves me like I don't really know what to do with my Bookstagram. Like I don't know what to post. I don't really have anything aesthetic to put up there. And then